taught, because I know all of you guys have heard, how many of you guys have taught this before? You got to find your why. Raise your hand. You got to find your why. You got to find your... Okay. I have since left teaching that. Because everyone thinks that this is their why and that's their why. What's your why? I really want to help people. So let me get this straight. You're going to call people 24/7, 365, nonstop, around the clock because you really want to help. I'm not so sure that's what's really going to move you. It'll make you feel good, but I'm not so sure, right? It sounds great, but I'm not so sure. So here's what I personally teach now. What is your desperate why? What is your desperate why? And there's a difference between, well, I'm doing this because, they're great people and we have a good time and I just want to make some money and I just want to help people and, it's just good. No. I want something that's desperate. I bet you if you interview all of, the million-a-year earners that are in the room, you're going to find a point where a desperate why set in. And it was desperate. I heard individuals that were speaking earlier that talked about, look, we were being evicted. We were hiding our last car. Like, these are desperate, that's a desperate reason to take massive action. And many of you go around talking to people, what's your why? What's your why? And they're like, well, I want, and they're like, what's your why? You're like, I just want to help people. And that's what we say to everybody in our team, but you're not desperate about that. Now, there might be one person in your team that you're like, wow, it's such a bad situation. I desperately must get them across the finish line. But I need you guys to establish what your desperate why is. Guys, what gets you up in the morning to build this business? What gets you up? Like, what makes you want to go, let me at somebody. Let me read these scripts. Let me call 100 people. If there's a mall somewhere, they're in trouble today. You know what I mean? Like, what gets you up in the morning? Do you even know yet? Have you established that yet? Because you have to. What inspires you? I heard that word earlier, from Mike Sims. What inspires you? If you're not inspired, how could you inspire anyone else to take action? There's no way you could. How could you recruit somebody else to take action and inspire them to make a change in their life if you're not inspired? You must be inspired first. What moves you and what are you passionate about? See, it's so easy. Can I have you stand up real quick? Yeah, absolutely. This is what passion looks like right here. I heard her when I was sitting in the back of the room earlier on stage. This is what passion looks like. Like, I was in the last seat in the house, and I was blown back in my chair by her pure passion. It comes out in her voice. Of course people are going to follow her. Of course people are going to listen. And a lot of you guys going, well, of course, she makes so much money. That's why she's so passionate. Wrong. She makes so much money because she got a desperate why that she told you guys and then got really passionate and then made a bunch of money. Right? That's how it works. You got to establish this first. All of these things before you're going to, have this huge, thriving organization and be putting dozens of personal recruits in a day. What drives you? You must have unwavering belief in yourself. Unwavering belief. And there's a difference between belief and unwavering belief. In you. Well, I have belief in my company. I've got belief in my upline. No, I need it in you. Because I look at the people that truly make it, and they always had a belief in self, even when they had nothing. Your upline cannot drag you across the finish line over and over and over again because they got enough belief for you. You've got to have the unwavering belief in self. There's a fantastic measure of unwavering belief in Nelson Mandela. That's unwavering belief. And I know all of you guys know the movie Braveheart, but do you know the story is a true story? It's a 23, 24-year-old kid that led a nation against the most powerful country in the world. Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Steve Jobs. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Unwavering belief. It's not something that you want to have. It's something that you must have. It's not something that's up for debate. It is absolutely essential in order for you to make it. Unwavering belief in you. Because if you don't believe in you, who's going to? Now, I heard earlier the panel, they're giving characteristics. They're giving characteristics of successful networkers. And I heard one word that paralleled the word that I'm going to use, but here's one I didn't hear. Naivety. Naivety. People are like, Nick, how did you get so successful at such a young age? I was dumb, didn't know any better. People said you could do it, so I was like, okay, let's just go do that then. People said I could, by the time I could legally buy a drink, I could buy the bar. People told me that I could be a millionaire by 25, and I was. People just told me this stuff. I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And I heard the word faith, and that's about as close as that comes. But naivety is a must. You must be naive enough to think you can make it. You have to be. You got to be dumb enough to think it's possible. And I was, and I still am today. Now, here's what I draw my personal belief system from. And it's my naivety that fuels this. I look at these people and I go, human beings. Human beings. If Martin Luther King can go up against what he went up against and lead his way through it, how hard is getting a customer on your product? I mean, let's create some perspective here, really? I mean, come on, think about it. If Winston Churchill can convince a country that imminent doom, which was imminent, that they could stop it, if he could convince a country and fill them up with the faith and belief that it's possible, and he knows imminent doom is coming, if he can do that, you can sign up your cousins. You can. I swear to you. See, it's all about reference. You got to put things into perspective, right? I mean, how hard is what we do? How scary is it when you look at what these people have done? You know, when I look at what these people have done, I look at what I've done, I'm going, I've done nothing compared to what these individuals have done. I've sacrificed nothing. I've given nothing. I haven't worked nearly as hard as I could, and I'm possible of, because I look at what's possible in human beings, and I draw my belief from that, and I say, God, you know what? They put their underwear on the same way every day like I do, one leg at a time. Nobody goes like Superman, 2 legs through, you know? It's just like, they're human beings. Hey, do you know everyone, this whole panel? Human beings. It's crazy. Crazy. They're all human beings, just like you and just like me. There is nothing special about me at all. At all. Except for that internal drive, that internal passion. Am I willing to be naive enough to think it's possible? Some of you guys have some of you guys are like, yeah, you know, I've got my why and I got this belief. But let's be real. Some of you guys are building this thing with one leg out the door. Some of you guys are you're not all in. You're the chicken, you're not the pig. Some of you guys know the story by the giggle, let me tell you. Chicken and pig sitting outside a restaurant, looking at the billboard. Chicken's a little upset. Chicken's like, why are you always first on the menu? Why is it always bacon and eggs? Ham and eggs. Sausage and eggs. Why is it not eggs and bacon? Eggs and sausage. Pig looks at the chicken, says, because when it comes to breakfast, I'm committed. I'm all in. You just participate. I'm all in. You just lay an egg. Me, I'm all in, right? You know what you find about your top earners is even when they're part-time, they're all in here. Quit using time as an excuse. It's not. It's this. This is the problem. It's not. You don't look at it like, well, they're full-time, so I can't be all in. I got to work. I got kids. I got this. Yeah, so does 95% of all network marketers. Nothing new there. What you got to establish is that you got to put your butt on the line, right? You got to put your bum on the line. Burn the boats, right? Perish or we win. The only option here. Spanish general lands, orders his armada is lit up in flames. Burn it. Soldiers are like, uh-oh. General looks at him and says, we will either win this battle or we'll perish because the boats are burned. We're not going home. There is no retreat. And guess what? They won. Are you burning the boats? Are you putting your bum on the line? Because until you do, recruiting is going to be real difficult. And I'm going to get to why, the science behind why, in a minute, because I'm headed a direction here, but I keep saying this over and over and over again. Until you do have this, recruiting is going to be difficult. And there's a science behind this, and it's a very important science. We'll get there in a second. Let me tell you about a great MLM lie. Act as if. Just act as if. Act as if you're that. Act as if you're this. It's a lie. Act as if is a lie, right? That's called acting, right? Act as if. So you want me to be an actor? No. Tell the truth. Act as are. Act as are. So, Nick, you want me to run around and tell everyone I'm broke? No, that's not what I'm saying. So, Nick, you want me to run around and tell everybody, hey, you should join me because my car's about to be repossessed? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want you to act as you are going to be. Act as you are going to be. Who are you going to be? Who have you convinced yourself that you are going to be? Are you going to be a champion? Yes or no? Yeah. Are you going to be a winner? Yes or no? Yeah. Are you going to hit the top ranks? Yes or no? Yeah. Are you going to walk the stage? Yes or no? Yeah. Do you know this 100% for a fact? Yes or no? Yeah. And if you do, then people will sense that in you. You don't have to go around acting as if. You can go around going, hey, you see this big bucket right here? This terrible piece that I drove up in? Oh, this thing's going to be long gone because I'm going to make so much money in my new business that you're going to wish you got started with me. Well, how much you making now? Nothing. Not $1. In fact, I haven't even made enough money yet to pay for, the sheet of paper I made a copy to show you the plan on. But that doesn't matter because here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. Let me tell you a quick story. 2009, our company all but gets wiped out. So we go from $3 million a month of sales down to $1 million, less. I make a really unintelligent decision at that time. It wasn't a highly popular decision to leave my corporate role in the company to sign up as a distributor, representative, whatever word you use, inside of my own company. Now what this means is I walked away from a guaranteed, very large six-figure income budget, staff, security. I'm 30. It's everyone's dream job. I got an office in Beverly Hills overlooking everything. It's like, we made it. We've arrived, right? And I walk away from all of that to start with no budgets, no money, no anything, to sign up in my own company. And here was the kicker. 80% of everyone I knew was already in the company because for the first 4 or 5 years of the company, I was signing them up and I put my team and all my leaders into this company already. So I had to go sideline to all of my existing leaders and my existing team. So this isn't like you joined a new company, right? And you get a fresh list. This is like I'm joining the same company and I can't call any of these people. But here's the kicker. I've got to call the 20% of people that I've either haven't talked to yet or have told me no over and over and over again and say, hey, listen, we're going out of business soon. So, here's what I'm going to do. And you know what? They followed me. You know why? Because I believed in what I was going to do, even though there was no logical explanation for it whatsoever. No logical explanation for it. Like, could you imagine coming to you sitting down going, hey, listen, so our company all but got wiped out, so I'm just going to go sign up in it and walk away from all my guarantees and prove that it actually can happen, that it actually can work. Oh, yeah, hey, put me in your front line. I can't wait. But people saw that I was convicted that I was going to go do this, and that if they did not go do it with me, they would miss out, and they would miss a shot, and they would regret it later. See, you've got to be that person before that phone call's ever made, before that script is ever read. That's the person you must be first. Here's why. This is the science behind it. These are the components of influence. Influence is why somebody does or does not listen to you. 55% of the person's decision based on what you are saying has nothing to do with what you are saying. 55% is your physiology, your body language, your conviction, which, if you haven't put this together yet, is 100% tied to your belief and where you know you're going and what you know you will have. Until you establish these beliefs, read every script in the world, but do it with really bad physiology, good luck. See, when somebody stands 10 foot tall and bulletproof, that's called physiology. They walk in a room and you're like, holy cow, is that Shaq? And they're only like 5'3", you know? It's just like, it's because they have magnificent physiology. What is your physiology when you're making a call? Well, they can't see me, it doesn't matter. Really? Okay, let's give this one a shot. You really think this is a great physiology you should be in when making your calls? Hey, I'm going to read this script to you word for word. It's going to be great. Hang on a second. By the end of it, I'm real sure you're going to want to sign up in this thing. It's off the chain. Oh, yeah, no, I got a ton of energy because we got energy drinks here. You know, it's just like, you got the wrong order. If you're going to make a phone call, please get out of the chair, please. How many of you guys, when you call somebody, customer service, you can see exactly how they're sitting, how their hands on their head, how their shoulders are slumped, and how they hate their life as they sit in that cubicle when you call AT&T customer service? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about, right? You don't think when you call somebody that they can't tell that you're just got no physiology? You've got to get up. You've got to roll your shoulders back. You've got to get in a position of strength. You've got to get in a position of power before you say those words. You have to. Because 55% as to whether or not they take the next step is based on your physiology. Get that one right. Meaning, I don't care if you're a bumbling idiot. If you got physiology, someone's like, I don't know what he said, but I'm signing up. I'm serious. See, I don't try to argue psychological proven facts. That's like trying to run up a down escalator just so you can say you got to the top. Congratulations. You worked 10 times harder. Who cares? See, I like to go with the moving walkway and just blow past people. I just like I'm walking as fast as I can on the moving walkway. How many of you guys, when you get to an airport, you're just blowing past people on the moving walkway, right? See, if you're sitting in the seat today going, well, I don't care about your beliefs and your body language and your physiology and your energy and enthusiasm, well, you got 55% gone before you make a call. 55% of the decision is now swaying against you. Here's the second thing. 30% is your voice qualities. Your voice qualities. Meaning 85% of why somebody says yes or no has nothing to do with what you say and everything to do with who you are and how you say it before you call them. 85%. Voice qualities are the strength in your voice, the power in your voice, the connection in your voice, the passion in your voice, the volume, the tone, the rate, the pace. See, you can't call someone up and go, I got physiology. Hey, I really want to sign you up in my new business. We're gonna be really good at it. Do you want to join me? We're gonna conquer the world. No. See, even though you had the physiology, your voice qualities were terrible. So they didn't hear what you were saying because they were passing judgment on the way they felt you looked and how they heard you say it. Do you understand that? How they heard you say it. Not what you said, but how they heard you deliver it. See, bottom line is people follow congruency. This is science. This isn't my philosophy on this. This is inarguable facts. People have a thing built into them called intuition. So when somebody says a sentence, if they believe it or not, it is based on their intuition of these three things combined. Physiology, voice qualities, and words. So if you're saying a set of words, but you are incongruent in your delivery. See, I gave you guys a couple examples of incongruent deliveries. Yeah, we got a lot of energy drinks here. You're going to have so much energy. It's going to be amazing. Woo. You think they're interested? I mean, here's what's going on. They don't know it's happening. It's called intuition. An alarm goes off in their head going, something doesn't add up here. What they said made sense, but something's off. And what's off is one of, if not both of, the first two things. And until you get the first two things right, which are established, in my opinion, through your belief system and your beliefs about who you are going to be, and that you are convinced that you're going to be that person. And you know, it's about having a knowing that you are going to do it. That then comes out in your body language. It then comes out in your voice qualities. And then when you say the words that you've been taught throughout this weekend, with these other two things, it's game over. It's game over because they go, check mark, check mark, check mark. All three add up. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the science of influence. These are the components. All three must add up. And if it don't add up, they're not saying yes. If this is making sense to everybody, I haven't told you what to do yet. Okay. If this is making sense to everybody, say yes. Yes. See, when you get a no, even though you said it perfectly, bottom line, you're incongruent. And until you get congruent, recruiting is going to be very, very difficult. Of congruency? Give an example of congruency? Say it again. Did you see how I walked on the stage? Did you see how I walked on the stage today? Did I seem incongruent to you or congruent? That's an example. Congruency is when that speaker takes the stage and they're like, I hope you guys are ready to learn a lot because I'm going to bring it. That's incongruent. And congruent would be, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got your game face on because I'm going to bring it in a major way, so I hope you're ready to learn some stuff. Are you ready to learn, yes or no? Yeah. That'd be an example. Now, see, there's a thing called Mojo. Mojo drives that physiology. Mojo drives that physiology, right? Some of you guys know what Mojo is. My OG guys out there, you might call this swag. And my other folks, you guys would call this charisma. Charisma, Mojo, swag, pick your word. I don't care. If you don't have it, you cannot recruit. You can connect. You can be successful in network marketing. You can connect, but you can't recruit. See, a connector takes person A and brings them to person B who has Mojo. But let's be real. How many of you guys want control of your future and your destiny as a full-time networker? Anyone want control of it, right? If you want control of it, then you must be the person with the Mojo. You can't rely on somebody else and hope that they're going to bring it all the time for you. So you're going to have to find that. You're going to have to find it inside of you. Now, my favorite quote of all time is down at the bottom of this. See, it says, don't have a wishbone where a backbone ought to be. Stop wishing for things and hoping for things. I keep telling you guys, it's a knowing. You know. You know. You know. You know you're already at the top rank of your comp plan. You just haven't sent in all the paperwork yet. Ain't that right? I was unconvinced. Ain't that right? I know that you are a millionaire in your company. You just haven't got all the paperwork in yet. Ain't that right? That's a knowing, right? Now, I happen to know the secret sources of Mojo. I happen to know it. This is also very scientific. I'm happy to come here, guys, and teach you. This is the magic pill, the magic pixie dust you guys were looking for. Now, you guys can't tell anyone the secret to the Mojo, but I'm going to give you guys the secret of the Mojo. You guys ready for the secret of the Mojo? You guys ready for the secret of the Mojo? Yeah! Okay, we'll start with ladies first. Ladies, do me a favor. Close your eyes real quick and keep your eyes closed and put your hand on your heart. Just the ladies. Keep your eyes closed and put your hand on your heart. See, God gave you this. They filled you up with joy and passion and caring and love. That's your Mojo. Keep your eyes closed, ladies. That's your Mojo. Ladies, I want you to keep your eyes closed. Gentlemen, take your hand. Go right here. God gave you that. Use it, please. That's Mojo. Ladies, gentlemen, you're born with it. You guys are all born with Mojo. Just tap into it. Who has some Mojo in this room? Anybody got some Mojo in this room? That's the magic. If you will just tap into that, I'm telling you, you'll have so much conviction, so much congruency, and then you work on those voice qualities, and then you nail those scripts word for word, and boom, your averages go up. Your batting average goes up. 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10, right? Just like Jim Rohn says. Safety in numbers, law of averages. If you want your averages to go up, please get congruent. Get congruent before you speak.